Thank you so much, Chairman Buckley, for inviting me to bat cleanup. I don't play baseball well, but the one thing I do well is obey the time limits. So this will be a speech that fits. You've heard an incredible range of people speak here today, and one thing we can be certain of is that we can be proud of the choices we are offering America today, we Democrats. Our ideals are right, they push in the right direction of justice, and they will rally millions behind us. But we must speak openly and honestly about how incomplete we are. There are millions like us who rally to celebrate our party. There are millions who rally to celebrate the other party too, but these millions added together are still but a fraction of America. The biggest political party in America is none of the above. Most of America has turned away from politics. Most has given up on democracy, and who could really blame them? America looks to her government and sees not themselves reflected in what Congress does, but someone else. They see not a Congress bending over backwards to answer the calls of average voters. They see a Congress bending over backwards to answer the calls of their funders. Indeed, we know this. The political scientists have shown us this, that what our Congress does has no relation to the views of the average voter. Our Congress, our democracy, is responsive to the few, not to the many. And how could it be otherwise when 400 families have given half the money in this election cycle so far? Now, we cannot ignore this truth. We cannot pretend it's okay just to rally us. We must think bigger than that. We must aspire to more than just winning an election. We must win, but we must win in a way that gives America a reason to believe that they could get their democracy back. We must win with a commitment that would make the promises of these campaigns, the promise to address income inequality, to take on Wall Street, to pass climate change legislation, the promise to honor the children murdered at Sandy Hook by passing even the most modest background check legislation credible. Because these promises are not credible now. They inspire us, they give us hope, but until we fix this democracy, they are but dreams. And I fear we will lose a generation from this democracy if we once again promise the moon, but deliver just partisan stalemate. Almost 8 years ago, Barack Obama said this in Philadelphia: if we're not willing to take up that fight, then real change, change that will make a lasting difference in the lives of ordinary Americans, will keep getting blocked by the defenders of the status quo. His words were true then, his words are true now. We must take up this fight to get a democracy back, to claim its fundamental principle, the equality of citizens, because if we could achieve that equality, we could crack the corruption that holds Washington hostage. We would make it possible to solve the problems that we must address, and we could then say with integrity and truth that Black lives matter in America, because in America, all citizens are equal. But the truth is that fight is not partisan. As I walked the length of this state in the footsteps of an extraordinary woman, Granny D, in January, twice, I didn't meet Republicans. I didn't meet Democrats. I met citizens. The people who raced out of their house in 0-degree weather to greet us didn't offer us secret party handshakes. They offered us thanks. Because all of them, conservatives and liberals alike, desperately wanted a democracy that they felt represented them. We must speak to them, to those citizens first. We must make restoring their democracy our first task, not on some day, but on day one. Not just one promise among many, but the one that everybody knows will be achieved. Because as much as we like our party, as much as we like a particular candidate, as much as we like the idea of winning an election, we must love our country first. And if we let ourselves get trapped, on this partisan field, we will have failed that first love. For America's enemy is not a political party. America's enemy is not even the terrorists living in caves. America's enemy is the apathy and hopelessness and frustrated anger that has grown within America about the one institution we were once most proud of, this democracy. We Democrats have an extraordinary opportunity. It is we, and only we, who could rally America, all of America, to fixing this democracy by establishing this equality first, so that citizens of America from Ferguson to Philadelphia, and the Americans who should be citizens from the Central Valley of California to the streets of Miami, have a reason to believe in all the hope that the extraordinary candidates that you've seen here today promise. That opportunity is our responsibility. Our party was not born as the party of equality. We can make it so now. We did not fight for equal democracy a century ago. We can fight for it now. But we made equality our cause 50 years ago, and we must do it again. We must elevate this debate to that great and moral ideal, because only then could we inspire enough of America to look up from their machines and to listen and to respond. And we need America to respond if we're going to do any of the great and hard things that we know we must still do. Let us be the party that Martin Luther King taught Bobby Kennedy to dream of. Because what will be left of this democracy if we're not that party? Thank you, New Hampshire Democrats. Thank you, Citizens First. Thank you very much.